my magical baby. Welcome to my channel. I'm Emanuela Rose, aka Blue Angel, and this is my little magical life vlog. Today we're going to talk about spirits of Gibraltar, the spirits of the dead that I've encountered here on my travels around the world in search of love in Atlantis. Tonight is super it's a spooky night. Well, maybe it's spooky for some, romantic for others. It's a spooky night. It's raining. It's storming. The storm is beating against my window. The Rock of Gibraltar is looking so beautiful and precious. It's just outside my window. I'm so lucky and so grateful to be here on my travels. And yeah, I just love this place. I needed to share with you. And so we're going to talk about what happened to me here in terms of this one specific spirit. I've been connecting with a lot of the spirits of the dead. There's a lot of energy here. There are a lot of people here, and there are a lot of people who are very, I don't even know how to say that. By people, I mean dead people. There are a lot of dead people here who are very active in terms of wanting to do sorcery and do magic with it. Oh, did you hear that, baby? Did you hear that? Well, that was very active. Thank you, boo-boos. This has been my life here from the beginning. Like, I mean, the lights on and off, I can't even do... Look, I always have issues with technology, but here it's just been like a free-for-all. So yeah, there's a lot of, a lot of spirit presences in this land, on this land, and they're very active in terms of working with magical people. If you do magic, if you're a magician, a sorceress, if you're a witch, you might want to come here just to explore the magic of Gibraltar, and also even find yourself. So it's just been such a beautiful journey here. There's so many magical things, not just the spirit, not that it's just, but there's a lot of different spirits here. But the spirits of dead people here do seem to be active and do seem to be very willing to work with the one if you do that type of magic. And once I've encountered many of them, but one spirit in particular I want to describe and talk about, because I feel like that person, you know what, this is going to sound a little out there, but I feel this person deserves the publicity, and it could be a very helpful guiding spirit to any one of you who are spiritual and are wanting to come here. Or maybe you can connect him to him on a different level. Maybe he can help you with your travels in general. So this is the story, boo-boo. Before we get into the story, let me just say, if you're new to the channel, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy my little bedroom boudoir. And if you are a returning Blue Angel, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. And I see you, baby. Give mommy a kiss. So yes. So basically what happened, it was another stormy night like this. I was in my little apartment here all by myself. Well, he was here, but he doesn't really contribute. He's a dead weight, basically, this guy, my boyfriend, like all of them. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. Okay, no, anyways, so it's just, vibing, I was doing some tarot readings. I had some clients. I was making content. And then when I finished everything, I still had some work to do. And I remember I was going through it was just like a dark time. It was that kind of holiday, holiday. It was just before the holidays, and I was feeling a little bit down about it. And I was just having a hard time. And I was working on this specific thing that was giving me a hard time too. And I just sat down here all by myself with, the lighting was good, the ambiance, everything. And I just sat down with my cards, and I was just like, I need some help, spirits. And I asked the dead around me, the spirits of the dead, if there's anyone in particular with me or who could come to me who was able to help me in my predicament. And I laid out the cards, and the card that came out was the King of Wands. And actually, I got my tarot deck. I'm going to show you, but I need to pause this video because I forgot to take him out, baby. All right, got him. I'm sorry. Mommy's so scatterbrained. So this is the card that came out. I was like, please, spirits, help me. Who can help me? This card came out, the King of Wands. And, this can signify a whole bunch of things. This obviously is a man of rank, a man of some maturity, and, quite possibly a, oops. I think he might, I don't know if he's here. We'll ask him in a second if he's here. But, a man of maturity, a man of ambition, even a man with wanderlust, because the wand represents travels, it represents action, going somewhere. So it's a man who's going places. But I still wasn't sure who that was. So I asked again, I said, Spirit, okay, that's really great. Thank you, King of Wands. But who are you? How can I know more about you? And how can I work with you? And I heard this one didn't come, I mean, it all comes from something else, through the tarot, through symbology. But I heard the name Anton. That was the name that came through, and that's an inner knowing for me that comes through when I channel, and I sometimes channel names and names of places. They come to me. It's like I hear a different voice speaking, but it's an inner voice speaking through me. So I heard the name Anton, and baby, immediately mommy was like, silly mommy, no matter how magical you are, no matter how much magic you practice, how spiritual you are, sometimes it's just our unconscious and imagination. Sometimes we're just hearing the thing that's like somewhere in our mind that's trying to come through. And I was like, no way, this is Anton. No way, no way. Mommy got it wrong today, like mommy got it wrong, because that is, no way is that possible. You're in Gibraltar. We're assuming this is a spirit from Gibraltar. And I'm like, nobody here is called Anton. This is just your imagination. And I was doing a project related to performing arts. This is the thing that was kind of like getting me all stressed out. And, I'm thinking, oh, you're just thinking Anton because Anton Chekhov or something. Like, it's just your unconscious playing tricks on you. And it is Gibraltar. So, I mean, this is like English culture, Spanish, and Moorish back in the day, and also Greek and Carthaginian before Neanderthals. Like, who here was a Neanderthal called Anton? Like, no way. Like, no way. Like, who came here from, the desert to be like called Anton? No, that's just not going to happen. But I googled it anyway because you got to keep your practice going. You got to know what you're dealing with. So I googled it anyway because when a name comes through so strongly, it usually can be found in my experience. So I googled Anton and Gibraltar, and immediately all these results came up. Phil, it's like no jokes. All these results came up, and there was a very famous man in Gibraltar, a man very tied to Gibraltar, whose name is Anton. His last name is Anton. His first name is James, and he was a Quartermaster Sergeant in Gibraltar, who came here with the army of the King of England in the early 19th century, in the early 1800s, on his travels as a man of ambition, who volunteered for the army, who went around the world, who was a very brave, interesting man, and who happened to spend some time in Gibraltar, and who had chronicled Gibraltar in his memoir that he wrote about his life when he went back to his home country, which is, by the way, Scotland, which is another cool thing. Also, by the way, Scotland, shout out to Scotland. I love you. Also, hope you get your independence, baby. No hate to the English, but it's always good to be independent. Is that too soon? Okay, I don't know. Am I in trouble? Don't cancel me. Anyways, okay, on my travels, I've been to Scotland too, so I got a soft spot for the people of Scotland. You're scrumptious, Bill, and you deserve the best. Always remember that. Okay, anyways, a lot of magic there. King of Wands. So so here it is, and here he is. I'm going to put his picture in the thumbnail. I don't think I'm going to edit him into here just because mommy doesn't have the time, because mommy's doing so many different things, and my technology is failing. Because the more I work with the spirits, the more the technology fails. But we'll see. Maybe I'll edit him in here. But he's probably just going to be in the thumbnail. And like even the way he, like his appearance, like Sergeant Anton had kind of reddish hair, and like this is him. This is him. This is he. This is he. Okay. Anyways, so this is what came through for me, and it was him, and it was clearly him. And then we had a conversation, and I had all the experiences with feeling a spirit behind me. The feelings, the little pins and needles. Almost like someone touching me, but just very faintly. I don't want to I don't want to overbloat the story with like an unrealistic, ghostly, like spooky retelling of the necromantic experiences or experience with working with the dead, because it doesn't, it doesn't have to be anything so scary or like over the top. Sometimes it's just a simple name, and someone simply came and arrived. And I thought it was so touching because this man, I asked for help and he arrived. And what was so interesting about this connection between him and me is that I realized that he was a traveling bibbo. He was someone who wanted to make a better life for himself. He was someone who went on a whim to travel the world, took an amazing risk. And so have I. Many times over, I've been traveling my whole life. Most recently, I'm traveling as a travelpreneur, as a whole, like, you know, as a part of my little sorcery brand. But I've done a lot of travels. I've taken many risks like that, and I think I have a feeling he came to talk to me because he kind of vibed with that. I also believe that he is a guiding spirit in Gibraltar for people who are coming through, for travelers, because he basically wrote one of the first and most extensive descriptions of Gibraltar, the culture, what the place looks like, the architecture, the events that happened here when he was here. He even recorded a trial of a bunch of really extreme pirates that were caught here, and there was this big trial and then executions. It was like extreme. So he chronicled a lot of these things. Quartermaster Sergeant James Anton, and I think because of this, even though he did later return to Scotland, and that's, I believe, where he met the end of his days in this incarnation, or, you know, whatever you believe in on this planet. He seems to be present here for those who are seeking guidance, like, you know, like a guide around Gibraltar. And he has been guiding me around Gibraltar. I really almost regret I haven't worked with him enough. It's sometimes just so difficult, Bibu, to expand your energy on all these different things. This kind of work takes a lot of energy to hold the spirit present. I wish I had worked with him more, but I will be for sure returning here to work with him more. But he's been around me, kind of like he's just always around, always helping when I need the help. Sometimes he gets a little bit, he has his own opinions, let's just say that. So it's not obviously like he has a personality, his own opinions. I'm sure he has his own opinion of me, but I feel like his story isn't known enough. I think he was such an interesting person, and obviously a brave soldier, and a man of the world, and a man who literally recorded one of the first descriptions of Gibraltar in the 19th century. There's records of Gibraltar before, obviously, including Plato's famous mention of the Straits of Hercules, the Pillars of Hercules. But something so descriptive and so detailed about how people lived here and how life was for a soldier and for civilians in those days that's just him. So, baby, if you're on your travels in a new place and you need some help, maybe Quartermaster Sergeant James Anton will also appear to you. Maybe not only in Gibraltar. You can maybe try and see what results you get with him if you feel his presence, if he guides you, if you wish to seek help from the spirits of the dead, from those who dwell in the underworld. Let's see if Sergeant Anton is here with us today. I'm going to put him back into the deck, and with respect and love and light, Sergeant Anton. But yeah, it was so sweet to me, because sometimes, it can be really challenging traveling on your own. I'm all by myself, and, he was a boy in those days. It would have been way harder for me to travel as a woman. Now it's obviously easier, but it still has its risks and hurdles. So I thought it was so, very, very sweet that this presence came to me. Sergeant Anton, are you with us now? Oh, scrumptiousness. I think he's here now. I hope he approves of this video. I really hope he approves. I made a different video about him, but I'm redoing this video because I think I was a little bit too, I don't know, a little bit too maybe modern in it. Maybe I made a few inappropriate jokes, and I don't think he approved of that. I think he wants to keep it a little straight-laced, which I'm totally fine with. So there you go. Let's see if he has any messages for you and for us. Yeah, there is. So look, baby, we asked if he has messages. That is the message itself, Page of Pentacles. And the messages for you is Seven of Cups. So for my audience, Quartermaster Sergeant Anton is saying Seven of Cups. He's saying, be aware of the illusions in your life, Be aware that you're following your true path and not the path that was given you by someone else. Is the thing you desire, he's saying, is the thing you desire the thing that you really want? Are you on your true path? He's all about journeys. Are you on the true journey, your soul's journey, or on a journey somebody else gave you that you've taken, and now you think that's your journey, baby? Stay true to yourself, Bibil. Always stay true to yourself. So that's from Sergeant Anton. Okay, well, we'll see. I'm going to speak to him a little bit more when we finish the video, but I don't want to prolong the situation here, the tension. But yeah, baby, thank you for spending your time with me, Boo. This is my life as a postmodern sorceress and necromantress. Thank you so much for spending your time. Oh, did you hear the wind? Thank you so much for spending your... All of Gibraltar is saying hello. Thanks for spending your time with me, baby. If you vibe with my channel and you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe? Spend more time with me, Boo. Turn on the notification button and like the video, because liking the video really helps a sister out as a small new channel on YouTube. I really, really appreciate you. Sending you love. Stay sparkly, stay gorgeous, stay moisturized. Oh, sorry. Let me know also. Leave a comment below. Tell me in the comments below if you use the tarot to speak to spirits, if you've spoken to spirits of the dead, and if you've heard of Quartermaster Sergeant Anton. All right, baby, stay sparkly, stay gorgeous, stay moisturized, and may the angels protect you. One more kiss.